And as you can see, teams are coming out right now. A lot of downpour out there. And we're going to be kicking off here shortly after some pre-game festivities. Hello and welcome to Toledo TV. My name's Robert Watson. I'm joined today by Drew Hatch. Drew, we got a great game ahead of us here.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
So last year, Arlington won this game 17-10. What is it going to take for MP to get a W here tonight?
I think MP needs to get a strong rushing attack tonight. Arlington's got a tough defense, and, you know, with that win last year for Arlington, MP's going to want to step up.
Yeah, absolutely. As you mentioned before, a strong running attack. The last time that our viewers were with us was during the Berry Bowl a couple weeks ago, of which there was tons of rushing touchdowns in that.
Yeah, there was 5 from one player, matter of fact.
Yep. And we have tribal members on both teams tonight. We'll share a little bit more about them soon. We got some superstars down there, and here's one that we were talking about anyways, Jordan Justice. Oh, excuse me, Lincoln Davis, tribal member down there, one of 6 tribal members, 5'9", 215-pound, 15-pound senior. As you can see on their screen there, just one of many tribal members on the team.
Had a nice little pick 6 last time he was on camera for you guys.
Absolutely. And then we also have number 33, Taryn Pablo's out there, 5'10" senior tight end. And last time we covered a game, man, we just seen them all over the place. We were calling a different tribal member about every single one, which was nice to see. You know, I mean, it's a good MP team. There's also Jordan Justice out there who we talked about having those 5 touchdowns and that 1 interception. Jordan Justice is one to keep an eye out for today. He's number 9 for MP. And here's number 54, Quentin Jan Wagner for Arlington Eagles.
Yeah, he's a sophomore, just a sophomore, but he's already getting looks out there in the college football level, and he's a dang good player.
Absolutely. We at Toledo TV has done a story on him recently too. And number 32, Jaden Roskelly, is one that the coaches told us to keep an eye out for today, so we'll be sure to keep an eye out for him. Maybe he has a strong running attack. Arlington just got done beating Everett 40-7, and in that game there were touchdown runs of 33 yards, 20 yards, 51 yards. They put up 304 rushing yards, so that ain't nothing to and we're going to go ahead and take a break, listen to the PA here for a minute while they have the pregame festivities, and join us back in a minute. As you could also see how much rain and hail is coming down. It's been coming down here torrential for, what do you say, Drew, for like an hour now?
Yeah, as soon as we started showing up, set up.
Yeah, that field is going to be no joke. It should be a pretty entertaining game to watch.
Looked like there was some strong hail coming down, too.
Mm-hmm. Here's a shot. You can see just up in the lights there just how heavy that is. It's just dumping down here. It was even worse, if you could believe that, because as of right now, and there's shots of that hill that was coming down earlier.
Well, let's play some football, ladies and gentlemen. We got a
Big crowd in attendance here tonight, too.
Let's go 3A North title right on the line. Should be a lot of fun.
And the stadium is rocking right now with the Arlington fans having a good time. They got here real early. I was getting here to set up, and they were already down there chilling.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's game is being broadcast live all over Snohomish County and Western Washington on Everett's Greatest Hits.
So as I mentioned earlier, we did a video which highlighted Quentin Jan Wagner. You can go to Tulalip TV and look under sports and find that story there, along with other Tulalip youth in our community that we do stories on and highlight youth in our community.
1380 FM 95.3 for the best in prep football coverage all season long. Tune in to KRKO Radio and follow along with their broadcast tonight.
And you can see available for live streaming on Facebook.com/Tulalip News. You could watch Tulalip TV or Tulalip Broadband Channel 3 503 HD. Go to TulalipTV.com. Also, you can find us on Roku. Going all over them platforms now. Android, iOS, all devices. So we're getting ready for kickoff here. And as I mentioned, Arlington is 6-1 so far this season. MP is 7-0. The one team that Arlington lost to, they lost to Ferndale 28-48. MP just beat that team last week 42-14.
Yeah, should be a good game, especially with this weather. That should add into the factors of difficulty a little bit, make it a good
and as
game.
I mentioned, Arlington won 17-10 last year, but they've lost a lot of players that were seniors last year. But they still have a 6-1 record, and the ball is on the ground.
MP looked like they covered it.
Wow, what a quick turnaround, and maybe that weather is already, coming into play there. That happened so fast. I didn't see which player that came off of. Let's see, is that 22?
Looked like number 7 for MP is the one who covered it, Kyle Nyblood.
That might have been Adam Lindsay with the fumble.
First play of the game. That's right what MP wants.
Wow, and they were already in good position. Red zone. And we have 1st and 10 on about the 18-yard line, 19. The handoff, and he's swallowed up in the backfield. There's just a gang of Arlington players there.
It's great team football there. Set that edge, he had nowhere to go.
Dylan Carson, last time during the Berry Bowl that we covered him, also had some great runs. Jordan Justice just happened to get those touchdown runs. But Dylan Carson was doing great running himself.
Yeah, Dylan had over 200 rushing yards last week. We didn't cover the game, but still an impressive outing.
Absolutely. That's a quick pass to Dylan Cook, and it's going to be 3rd and about 7 yards. Probably trying to play it safe with the passes, considering the weather, and just seeing if he can make a move on that outside. Don't put too much potential for a turnover and test these waters with this weather, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right on that one. It was a nice little pickup, though.
That was a nice block on the outside by Jordan Justice. They just read it well anyway.
Yeah, Arlington seems to be flying to the ball in packs tonight.
Carson again up the middle. He's maybe going to pick up a yard or so, but it's going to be 4th and about 4 or 5 yards.
Bring up 4th down, 4th and 6 for the Tomahawks. Luke Green.
Yeah, that's good defense by Arlington. Way to make a
Yeah, great defense there.
Martinez will attempt a 31-yard field goal.
And field goal attempt.
Ooh, you can see when he was stepping into that, his rhythm got off a little bit. Must have been a bad hold.
Yeah, it looked like it was going in slow motion. It must have been the hold because he just stopped pretty much and just had to do a little pooch kick, hoping to get enough out of it. Here's a replay of that.
Ooh, I didn't quite see it still. Maybe he
It didn't
muffed.
look like he had bobbled it at all. It looked clean when he put it down, but then his back was to us when from the camera angle. But what are you gonna do? And it's still a 0-0 game. Arlington on offense here. Nowhere to go. Looked like it was a planned quarterback keeper. That's quarterback number 7, Cole Kramer. He's a 6'1" junior. Here's a little replay. Oh man, there was a swarm waiting for him there. That looked like number 22, who we called a lot, Behar.
Yeah.
Morrow Behar, we called his name a lot during the Berry Bowl. He was all over the place.
Yeah, especially on special teams. He was flying down, getting all the kickoff tackles.
Splits that back, fakes a handoff, and then fakes it to Jaden Roskelly before putting it up to the running back who he had first faked it to, and I believe that is number, I have to see the number here in a second. Thank you for the replay there.
Like Taryn Pablo on the tackle.
Nice tackle, and that looks like that may be Chase Peterson, number 28, who had caught it out the backfield. Five wide receivers set. Levi Younger in motion. Fake to him, dropping back, rolling right. Great job by number 5, Luke Brown, coming back to the ball to help his quarterback out.
Yeah, he saw his quarterback got in trouble, and he knew to cut back to the quarterback, just get open.
That was big number 80, Irel Mufa, excuse me if I pronounce that incorrect, 6'3", 230-pound junior running after him for Pilchuck. Great job by Cole Kramer under the pressure to be able to roll right and make something happen.
Looks like we got a player down. Arlington. That might be the quarterback.
Is that Cole Kramer? I believe that is him.
I believe it is.
Arlington players, some taking a knee there, hoping he's okay. He's still on the ground.
Arlington does play 2 quarterbacks from what the Marysville-Pilchuck coaches say, but you never want to see somebody go down.
Yeah. First and foremost, he's okay, but second, on top of that, may affect the game. But he said they run 2 quarterback sets. You know, maybe it only set him back so much if they plan on that. But hopefully he's okay. And here, that rain is dumping again. We can hear it on the roof. I see the fans there at least have cover. Cheerleaders, not so much. As you can see, the huge crowd in attendance we're talking about earlier, the reason they're cheering is Cole Kramer is up and walking now to the sideline with a little assistance, so there is that. That's a good sign.
I'm curious to see now if their offense changes a little bit, if they go into something else, or
Right.
because they got a new quarterback in, or do they run the same thing? I assume if they run dual quarterbacks, they might have two different packages for the two.
That's very true. Well, you know, for how much their stats show that they're a big running team, over 300 yards, I haven't seen a handoff yet.
Yeah.
There's been some play action and the quarterback keepers and stuff, but no handoff yet. That may change right now.
There it is.
Right up the middle, that's 32, Jaden Roskelly that we were talking about earlier.
Jaden Kelly struggles ahead for a 3-yard gain.
Kyle Nyblad up top, putting a huge block on a wide receiver.
Tomahawks.
We have 3rd down and 7. On that initial play with Cole Kramer getting injured, it looked like he was almost running over the line of scrimmage, and I thought maybe it'd be a penalty, but awareness and stayed behind there to get that pass off, even though it was incomplete. MP jumps off sides. A good hard count by the quarterback.
Trent Novak able to draw the Tomahawks offside with a 5-yard penalty.
Quarterback is Trent Novak, 6'2", sophomore. MP thinking maybe a new quarterback saying maybe they could put pressure, and he fed on that need of them and made them make a mistake. Great heads up football, 3rd and 2. Novak fakes the handoff, little out pattern. Good coverage.
Pass breakup by Jordan Justice.
Yep.
It's a good stop on 3rd down.
Not a bad pass either. It was right there, just better coverage.
Mm-hmm.
I like the confidence the coach has in the quarterback, because if there's any kind of pattern that if you're not confident in your quarterback that you don't throw, it's them out patterns, because that's where those pick sixes come. And you know what I mean? Those happen all the time from the out patterns. So that just shows the trust they have in him also. And it looks like they're maybe going for this.
And for a sophomore, he seemed to have the confidence to step up and want to throw the ball.
Yeah. I think we have a timeout here while they discuss the decision. So Jordan Justice in the Berry Bowl, here's some highlights of one of the many things he did. That was an interception. Also had 5 rushing touchdowns though. Was just all over the place.
Last year.
Oh, this was the Berry Bowl from last year. So excuse those stats. He had a different number on last year, but it was still just some great footage of what he's done in the Berry Bowl over the last few years. I mean, each year it just dominated it. And Arlington, 4th and 2 is going for it. Tried a quarterback sneak up the middle. It looks like a stop to me.
MP sure looks like it.
Midfield, MP takes over. What an exciting game so far. These guys seem really evenly matched. Even though MP has very strong defense, Arlington, they've done some things that'll let you know they can compete. They didn't get the 4th down yardage they needed there, but I think this is going to be a great game to watch.
Yeah.
And both have great running teams, good running backs, and they could also throw the ball. So they're just all around. Neither one of them are one-dimensional.
Well, and it takes some time to get the ball rolling. You know, sometimes it might take a drive or two and get things ready to go, or get things going good.
Yeah, and here's Jordan Justice that we were just showing, number 27 from a couple years ago. He's got wearing number 9 these days, and he is almost to the 1st down. They might give it to him. Might be a little short. That was a lot of running for for 9 yards, but
yeah, he kind of caught me mid-sentence. I seen him cut back, and I kind of watching him, didn't know really what to say.
And there was a flag on the play. I thought initially there was one that was on the lower end of the field, but then I thought, oh, maybe I'm seeing things because I didn't see it there a second ago, but I think a player was in between it and the booth here. So there was a holding call, I believe, which is making it 1st and 20 from their own 40-yard line. Costly penalty for such a good play, but that's what happens when you reverse field. The linemen aren't realizing it. The other guy, the defender, starts to move the other way. Next thing you know, they find themselves accidentally holding somebody. Fake handoff to Jordan Justice. Rolls to the right, not finding anybody. Backfield, has a man, great juke, gets hit, and we have about a gain of 17, 18 yards there.
That was a good heads-up play to keep his Jay Gray on the reception.
Yeah, we called his name a lot this last time. He put his hand up saying, I'm open, and that's a dangerous pass at cross field. He put enough on it, though. Yeah, we called Jay Gray's name a lot last broadcast at the Berry Bowl this year.
Way to keep your eyes downfield, though, and never give up hope on the play.
As you can see there, the reason the shaking's going on, that's from the kids in the stands here, hyping up their Eagles team, calling out defense. 2nd and 2. Play was called dead before it took place. It bounced off the elbow of Dylan Cook, so I thought that was going to be a fumble or a
false start.
Yep, or a false start, illegal formation, one or the other when it bounces off a player's elbow too. Oh yeah, everybody was taken off early.
Is that me, or did I just see a wildcat formation with Jordan Justice hiking the ball?
I think so. Looks like the rain has subsided at least for a few minutes here. MP taking 2 steps forward and 1 back. But still, 2nd and 7, that's manageable. Fake handoff, fooled everybody. And that's a 1st down. That's looks like Jordan Justice again.
Yeah, there's a wildcat formation.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering, I seen the quarterback run out. He must be lined up at wideout then. Oh, yep, there he is at the top of the
healthy
screen.
stiff arm.
That was a good block by the QB too right there.
And we have 1st and 10. One to keep an eye out is for middle linebacker Quentin for Arlington. He was tracking down the running back and then realized he did not have the ball. So he fooled everybody on that one.
Trap play right up the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan Carson.
That's Jake Elwood in at quarterback, handing the ball off. He's a 6'2" senior.
I'll be watching for that play a little more, a couple more times tonight.
Yeah.
He likes to run that.
Gray spreads out to the right. Carson in the backfield. Handoff up the middle, puts a move on, sheds off another defender, and great run. About 2nd and 2 to go now. Four minutes left in the first. Here's a replay of that. Not only good blocking, but just nice to get keep his feet moving after contact. Handoff to Jordan Justice, and he's going to get enough for a 1st down. 1st and 10, Marysille-Pilchuck Tomahawks.
You know, you want to break them all long, but sometimes you just got to get that 1st down.
Number 47, Luke Green on the tackle for Arlington Eagles. And a flag on the play. Or before the play gets started, really. Wonder if that'd be illegal formation or too many men on the field. Oh, offsides. That was a fairly quick offsides call. I didn't even see anybody get set yet. So we have 1st and 5 to go. Same play. Good blocking and nice and patient move there by Jordan to be able to cut back and get some more yards out of it and to get that 1st down.
Yeah, good vision. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess. It's been getting them down the
we
field.
have 1st and goal. And each time Gray is spreading out to the right to where it's almost a tell, or the last couple plays at least, has been a tell that is coming to Justice, and you just got to maybe be able to read that. But that's probably when that play action is going to come into play and you hit it on the left side and get burnt.
Yeah, and that's hard on in-game adjustments. That's hard,
Yeah.
but, you know, who knows? Some of these guys might pick it up.
Once again. Oh, and he's met and dropped back. Great job by number 32 on the defense there. That's Jaden Roskelly.
I was actually surprised to not see him cut inside of that. He had his block set up, but that was a good defensive play by number 32.
Running back versus running back.
Yeah, they both play both sides of the ball.
Yeah. That's Dylan Carson, the lone back in the backfield there. Hands it off inside, and he cruises into the end zone. Marysville-Pilchuck Tomahawks on the board first with 1:38 left here in the first quarter. 6-0, see if they can make it 7. Here's a replay. Great block by number 74, Blake Jones. 6'2", 210-pound sophomore. Clearing the way. Extra points up. And it is good. So Dylan Carson with the first touchdown of the day. Right up the gut.
Arlington's going to want to score early because this Tomahawk offense can get going if you let them.
Well, MP was on the field a long time there. So, you know, here's a look at the roster of a lot of players we were talking about. You know, Dylan Carson, he's still only a sophomore. Jordan Justice is senior. Dylan Cook is senior. Starting quarterback's a senior also, Jake Elwood. So we're going to have a lot of turnover this year. We'll see how these young players do later. Arlington, though, we haven't seen a whole lot. It's been a while. So I'm curious to see what they're going to come out with and how they're going to attack them. We have 6 tribal members on this MP team. Taylor Hatch, Jesse Hatch, Isaiah Woods, Taryn Pablo, Lincoln Davis, and Curtis Chuckle-Naskett.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Arlington's run game pick up a little bit. They've only had a couple run plays.
Especially if that seems to be their strong suit. You got to try it out against this MP team. Granted, that's a strong front that you're running into. Maybe some misdirection and play action would be good too.
Well, that's Arlington. They like to spread people out and run the ball. It opens up running lanes and whatnot. But they also like to pass too, so you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, especially with this quarterback change too. We're going to see what we get. And they fumbled the first kick return. They have this one in hand now. Cutting in. Great tackle in the backfield there. Looked like Taylor Hatch. Is that number 1 or 7? I'm sorry, I can't tell from here. That might be Kyle Nyblad. We're going to take a look. Thank you for the replay here. Be able to see who this is. That's number
Kyle Nyblad.
7, Kyle Nyblad. He's the one, with an extra little push at the end. Things are getting a little testy out there. He's the one who recovered the fumble recovery from the previous kickoff.
Yeah, I remember when I was playing here at MP, our Arlington games would get a little chippy.
Yeah. And as you mentioned, they have the receiver spread real wide here. Quick throw to the outside to Cade Younger. He puts his head down, runs through Jordan Velasquez for a couple yards. We got a pickup of about 5 yards there, 6 yards. Just lowers his head. Great job.
Wow.
Before being forced out of bounds.
Way to pick up a couple more extra yards.
Yeah, whoever gets lower, right? Number 54, Quentin there, plays tight end on offense, middle linebacker on defense. Novak steps back, puts it up deep for Joseph Schmidt. Incomplete, no flag on the play. Good defense by Dylan Cook.
Yeah, he was in perfect phase there, right where you want to be.
This quarterback is not scared to sling it, and they're letting him, so that's nice to see. Got a nice spiral on it, too, and it wasn't in too bad a position.
It wasn't a bad pass, yeah. It was a good pass.
Just what we were saying before, just better coverage.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad pass at all. At that point, they'd really like to see some more separation between the receivers and the defenders if you're going to start getting these completions, because MP's all over them. That's where maybe a double move, if you have time for it, because then you're dealing with a pass rush. So you pick your poison on what you're going to do, right? Fakes the handoff, slant pattern. They're saying it's a catch, I believe, to number 2, Levi Younger, 5'8" sophomore.
I wouldn't be surprised to see more crossing patterns like this, get that quarterback in a good groove, you know, it gives them time.
Take a look at this. Just a nice catch, and he put it where only the receiver could get it. That wasn't bad coverage by Zion Botello, but just an even better pass there. Threw it right at his knees where he had to go down and get it, and first down. Less than 1 minute left here in the first quarter. Arlington down 7-0.
Good pressure by MP there.
Yeah, Trent Novak had nowhere to go.
Made him get rid of the ball early, and nobody was there.
Michael McPherson is the one on the tackle there. He wasn't falling for nothing either. He's seen a little pump fake, or what could be deemed as a pump fake, and he's just not having it. Clock stopped. Novak drops back. Little screen pass.
Way to read that. Maro Behar.
Behar there again. Screen pass. I like the call. I probably would have called it myself. How are you going to deal with pressure?
Yeah.
And he just read that. You can see him right there. He's already making a beat on the ball prior to that, and that's Jaden Roskelly back there.
Reading his keys and making plays.
Yeah, he was just watching the quarterback's eyes. Right when he looked left, he'd made a break, and there was nowhere for him to go. That's probably going to be it for this first quarter here. Not sure if they're going to get another playoff here before the second.
Looks like they're going to have to run one here before.
Yep. Otherwise, it'd be delay of game. Good call.
Ooh, got a little scrap going on at the top.
Nice run. Got a little something out of it. Get some of that back. Nice little juke move there, but that's Behar again, wrapping around the legs, and following that up was Irel. So 7-0 game. Look at the band there in the stands. They're rocking out. And we'll leave you with that for a second. Join us here in the second quarter. Be right back. there's some of the highlights that have been going down today, and it's Jordan Justice, it's MP doing a great job, but Arlington in their own right is starting to make things happen. They are having to punt here though, but they showed some sparks of life. It's just MP was able to overcome it. And here's the punt. Oh, it goes off the back of a player. It didn't go no height on it, and it's a punt of -1 yard. That's the first time I've seen that in a while. He had started to run sideways, almost like he thought there was pressure, or that's just his style of kicking, and just didn't get nothing under it. Maybe this slick, ground has something to do with that. But a punt of -1. At that point, I'd just like to see a long interception to throw it up to them, which you see in younger kids and stuff. They tell them, all right, boy, just go down there and really throw it down there, let them catch it, and then we go tackle them. It'd be like a 25-yard punt for little kids.
You are starting to see more of that Australian-style punting come into America now, where they fade off to the right. It's almost an option where if you're open, run and get the first down, and if not, then it's like a rugby almost. Or
I think the referees are getting the clock in order, telling them to run the clock. Yep, it's running now. And then they had it stopped again. Maybe they just needed those few seconds off. 11:54 here in the second. Two running backs back there. Gives it to Jordan Justice. He cuts back inside to pick up 5 yards. So he got that handoff pretty far in the backfield, but he didn't get any pressure till he was at the line. So the MP front is just doing their job of really pushing the pile, and there's not contact till it's a few yards down the field. Maybe Arlington might have to get more aggressive on maybe safety blitzes, come down more in the box, but that's when you can beat over the top. But you don't want to let that running happening to you all day long. You have to gamble at some point. There's a reverse, a double reverse actually, and that's Gray. Cuts it back inside. He runs into a gang of Arlington players, but that's after he already picks up a gain of 5 or so. It looks like we are going to have a first down, if not close to.
Got to put your shoulder down and get a couple extra yards here at the end by Jay.
Good job by Jake Elwood there, quarterback. Getting back there for a block too is nice.
Another big win in fall sports this past week. Our soccer girls defeated Stanwood Tuesday night, 3-0.
And the rain still has not started back up, so I mean, sure, it's slick out there because it's just you can see the puddles. They said it was not a first down, but boy, this is now. Big run down to the 2-yard line. Dylan Carson almost goes yard there and gets a touchdown.
There's that trap play.
Yeah, yep, you called that right there, right up the middle. When you call them the in-motion handoff, the reverse in-motion handoff, and next thing you know, you just plug it right down the middle, and nobody's expecting it.
Yeah, they're taking that, one of the D tackles and letting them run free, and that guard pulls and runs right into that guard, and running back kind of runs right off the tail of him, and there's usually a good hole there.
Elwood hands it off inside to Carson again.
Whole fleet of Arlington Eagles.
Yeah,
there.
They weren't having that one. Here's a little replay of that. Oh, there was all sorts of people back there for that tackle.
I like seeing that rally into the football. He played till the whistle. You never know with these running backs nowadays what they can get out of.
Yep. There's big Ethan Jones back there, Quentin Wagner, and about 3 other Arlington players.
Yeah, at least.
The receiver on that bottom of the screen is Dylan Cook. Looks like we still have Carson in the backfield. Tries a quarterback sneak.
Looks like he makes it in. Does he signal touchdown?
If we finally see a touchdown signal, I didn't see one at first. Signal for a touchdown. That's 13-0 now. 9 minutes left here in the second.
Took him a minute. I almost wanted to take back what I said. But
Oh yeah, he's more than in. How was there? Okay, there's. I was wondering what that call was going to cover. How I missed it. So we're going to try to make this 14-0. This is kicker Edgar Martinez. He's really been money for them this year, which is why it was so not typical of them when he first, missed the first one with how much that could have been the rain itself at the time coming down. Very uncharacteristic. So 14-0 with 9 minutes in the second. See if Arlington offense can answer.
Yeah, they're going to have to step up and put some points on the board here. I'm sure MP doesn't want to take their foot off the gas.
Dylan Carson with both touchdowns so far. But boy, Jordan Justice has been doing a lot of that, getting them down there,
Yeah, they look to put their weight, their load on him. He's a stud athlete. He's been doing well this year.
May have been mistaken. That could have been that was the quarterback sneak. I'm just seeing the quarterback sneak there. I know I mentioned Dylan Carson, but that was the stop on the one before. So far we have the Carson with one touchdown and Jake Elwood with the other. And Martinez set to kick off. Puts it deep. Looks like they're going to reverse or fake one. They fake the reverse. He keeps it. Number 28, Chase Peterson.
Still on the run.
Makes it almost to the 20-yard line.
Chase Peterson runs a long ways to finally get to the 19-yard line for the Eagles.
They were really far away from each other to be attempting the fake on that. It'd be nice to see if, granted, the kick went to one side. It's a little easier to do that if they're a little closer to you, but you do kind of want to sell it, so I get it. You want to do that over-dramatic, like you're grabbing the ball.
Yeah.
At least keeps the defense guessing.
Yeah, you're looking to pick at least one guy to mess up, but they stayed home there.
Yeah. Bobbled ball, ends up keeping it. Looks like it was supposed to go to maybe Roskelly. We'll never know.
Met by a couple of Tomahawks there. Kyle Nyblood and Mauro Behar.
Cade Younger in motion. Arlington's going to have to do some big things here to stay in this game. Like a little wide receiver screen. That's number 4, Joseph Schmidt, blocking for Cade Younger.
Swing pass to Cade Younger. Tackled there by Jordan Velasquez after a short gain.
Afterward, Joseph Schmidt just looks to the line like with the hands out, go, what do you want me to do, man? There's a few of them over here, and it was just me. They're like, I did my best. No back, dropping back. Finds a man over the top. That's number 28. He's got the ball. He's off to the races. Chase Peterson. Boy, is Kyle doing his best to get him, and he's not going to get him. Kyle Nyblood trying to chase him down, and Arlington is on the board. There's a flag on the play. I imagine that it's some
celebration.
Little celebration, perhaps.
That's exactly what Arlington needed right there, though.
Yeah, these stands are rocking right now, too. They're just moving.
That was an impressive throw, too, from the sophomore quarterback right over the hands of Nyblood.
Yeah.
Who almost chased him down.
Oh, you know he wanted to catch him so bad. Oh, and let's see what the flag's about. Maybe something he said. But you know when your team's not really doing so well, and then you're able to get that big touchdown, you know you want to, you're feeling yourself at that point. You want the world to know.
I don't blame him for celebrating a little bit.
Oh yeah, I feel it.
You're
I feel
happy.
it.
Players called a touchdown with a dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct on the Eagles.
It's like we got an unsportsmanlike conduct for the Eagles. I didn't see what player though. Maybe it was just a celebration. Then.
I believe that was Chase Peterson. Yeah. Puts the extra point up. It is good. Almost blocked, it looked like. Is that Jordan Velasquez back there?
I believe so.
We have ourselves a game, Drew. 14-7 game. Arlington is back in this. One big throw. And they needed it too.
Yeah. I was just gonna say maybe they start passing again. You know, switch it up. Seemed like they ran a lot that last drive and find a couple things that work and stick with it.
Yeah, you get those guys out of the box and just maybe get the linebackers off a little, whether you start passing to your tight ends more or something like that, because those can still be quick passes where you're not feeling a lot of pressure. Speaking of to not feel the pressure so much, he put some nice air on that, so we just threw it early and like a little timing, deep timing route a little bit, you know. So 7:08 left here in the half. MP last week versus Ferndale had 346 rushing yards. Tough to say what they're going to come out with today, but boy, they've been running the ball like crazy.
It's pretty much instilled in MP's blood. You know, they run the ball a lot.
Right.
And have done so since the 80s.
Yeah, just always has had some monsters back there to hand it to.
Yeah, kind of just, you know what we're going to do, now stop us type thing.
Right. All right, maybe Arlington will have a new rekindled strength within themselves to be a little more solid on defense and stop this MP team. But boy, that's a tall order. And a little fake handoff from Jordan Justice to Dylan Cook, but he keeps it himself. Nice juke. Little baby stiff arm, as Marshawn Lynch would call it. Out to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, I don't think anybody bid on that fake. I think everybody knew that they were going to keep number 9 with the ball right here.
Yep. And so he had to make a little something happen because number 33 wasn't going for it. Gavin Skiles. And that was Luke Brown trying to get the tackle. He's just a tough person to tackle, period. Elwood drops back, puts it to Justice. Nice couple moves. Great. Good job in the backfield there. Joseph Schmidt wasn't falling for none of it. We called his name a few times today. Tackle just kind of fell into his lap when Justice tried to reverse field to make something happen. Jake Elwood steps back, hands it to Gray. He is fast.
Good lane. Good cut.
And staying on his feet. Huge play. Over 20 yards. Jay Gray, 5'5", 165-pound junior. He just putting them jukes on. Whoop, whoop.
Blockers don't even know how to block for him.
Right? Yeah, he jukes you out of your own block. It's like things a little chippy down there between Quentin and Nate Elwood. As you mentioned, you know, you got a little rivalry going on. I feel it. We have a flag. Not sure if it's a delay of game. Oh, it sounds like a timeout was called prior to a delay of game, so they're picking up the flag. Coach is going to talk with the players for a minute. You can join us after the timeout. 5:28 left in the second. Here's a look at the Arlington Eagles roster. Plenty of names being calling out there today. Joseph Schmidt called his name a little bit more today than Norm. Crazy Quentin's still only a sophomore. He's got a lot of football ahead of him.
Yeah, he does. Trent Novak's the quarterback that came in and has been doing pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah, nice throws. Just been some good defense. I mean, what are you going to do? Jaden Roskelly there towards the bottom on the left, running back. Which I thought, according to the coach, they were going to maybe see more of them tonight. But, you know, when you struggle up the middle right away, you got to change your game plan maybe early on before it's too late. Next thing you know, you're down more than a couple scores. So good job on the coaches tonight, yes. I believe.
Good play.
Huge play in the backfield. That's number 47, Luke Green.
Read it perfect from the jump.
It's no wonder things are getting a little chippy out there. After every tackle, there seems to be an extra little something by each person tackling everybody tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Especially when you guys are this close, too. I mean, Arlington's not far from Marysville. And
yeah.
And with social media, kids start running their mouths and whatnot.
Oh, that's true.
Create a little extra added incentive
like,
to win.
We've met. Yeah. We've met. Jay Gray again. Almost gets the first down. They might give it to him.
And P's been finding a couple little plays that work, and they're running them not back to back, but you know, pretty consistently within the same drive, and
yeah,
seems to be working so far. Wonder if Arlington is going to key on that and realize what's coming their way.
Well, and sometimes, as you mentioned, good teams before, you know what's coming sometimes, and it may not matter.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So there is that too. Little quarterback sneak and then some.
Ooh, putting his shoulder down. Quarterback's not afraid to get dirty.
Yeah. Big stick on Andrew Brotherton there, who still gets the tackle, so he gets the stat for it. Just had to pay for it a little bit. Split back in the backfield. I wouldn't be surprised if Gray goes in motion here and sets on the right side like he's been doing. Oh no, he's staying put, prove me wrong. But we do have Jordan Justice.
That's that.
Handoff.
It's that same play that they've been running with Jay Gray. They just ran it to the other side now. Try to get Justice to get loose.
Yep. 3:30 left in the half. There's a flag on the play. See if we can see what it is. I don't know. See if I see holding anywhere. Oh, a face mask. It's like number 24, Jacob Kramer. If I have that number right, may have gotten a face mask there. And Jordan Justice. Good job by our camera crew catching that down there. Single back in the backfield, handoff, cuts it back in. This is Carson. Looks like he might be in for the touchdown. He is. Touchdown called. It's 20-7. Going to try to make it 21 here with 3:09 left in the half. We're going to have to see if, Arlington is really going to be able to answer prior to the half.
That's touchdown number 2 for Dylan.
And MP gets the ball at the start of the second half. So Arlington might be kind of aggressive here when they get the ball back. Edgar Martinez set for the kick. Jay Gray holding for him. The snap was kind of high. Good job on Jay Gray to get his hands up and plant that down real fast.
Yeah, he has been real consistent for them this year, that kicker.
Yeah, and that's a tough skill, is holding for the kicker too. That's no joke. I've tried that before. It's tougher than it seems to get it down there square and fast. This just with good speed with the laces out.
You ever feel weird saying the kicker's name for MP? Edgar Martinez?
Yeah, every time.
Yeah, especially now with him being in the Hall of Fame and whatnot.
Yeah, he's our designated kicker. Well, the rain and hail has subsided and still has not come back from the beginning of the game and leading up to the game. We'll see what Arlington's game plan is here. Arlington actually hasn't gotten the best field position to start the kickoffs with, because after they receive the kickoff, MP's down there pretty quick. About setting that blocking up.
They do with the reverse this time. MP's swarming down there. Just got to get him. Oh,
and the
fumble
ball's
on the
out.
ball.
And MP player is on it.
Looks like that was Jay Gray who created the fumble. I don't know who landed on it yet. Man, MP has been swarming down to the ball tonight on special teams.
That might be Jordan Velasquez, number 2, who came up with it. We'll have to see. Or Zion Botello.
Oh, Zion.
Yep, Zion gets it. So with Arlington, I understand maybe a little trickery, but at the same time, you're running laterally. You're not going horizontally. You're not running up, going north and south. So you're going side to side. So even if that works, you're only getting so far. I would just start pushing that thing upfield right away and getting as much as you can out of it.
Yeah, exactly. Your hopes to get half of that coverage team to bite and whatnot, and then you're only dealing with a couple guys. But when it's not working, and when you're staying to your roles as a kickoff squad, then you might got to switch it up, like you said, and just move north-south.
And let's say if he didn't fumble, that would have been up to the 20 at that point. That's like a 8-yard return or something. So that was Dylan Cook who had the ball there. Got a good little run of about 7-8 yards. Not sure if maybe MP's calling a timeout or there's a referee timeout due to
I think it's an equipment malfunction with one of the players.
Yes. So I think he has to come out for one play. Kyle Nyblad coming in place of him. This is Jordan Justice taking the snap directly, fakes the handoff, goes right up the middle, and he's met.
It's like Joseph Schmidt on the tackle. We've been hearing his name a couple times tonight.
Mm-hmm. .154 and counting. Clock's ticking away. 21-7 lead. First and goal. Jordan Justice in motion, gets the ball, and he's
way
off
to
the
set that
races.
up. I was wondering if he was going to do that. He had that corner biting in. He
Put
cut
that
it
little
up,
juke on
got
the
him to bite
inside.
in, and cut it right around him. That was a great play.
Replay here, as you were talking about, boom. Yep.
Set his blocks up perfect.
Yep, helped his own blocker out there even. Said, here's a block for you. He's over there, but I'll bring him to you, right?
Yep. That's smart heads-up football there.
Yeah. It's going to make this 28-7 if the extra point is made. And it's through the uprights. So there's 1:35 to play in the half. See if Arlington, we said this a minute ago, see if Arlington can come down and make something happen. It was just unfortunate. That was 2 kick returns now with
MP
fumbles.
coveries.
And that's converted into 7 points. They missed the first field goal the first time, but it's converting to points for MP. So Arlington needs to take care of this football, really wrap it up.
Well, we know that they are confident in their young quarterback and going down the field, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them maybe throwing some combo routes together to get somebody open, maybe score at least a couple points here.
Well, with 1:35 left in the half, though, we know MP is going to feel a little safer dropping people back and expecting that too, letting them tackle it. Not quite a prevent defense, but you know, not getting beat over the top like you did before when there's a minute and a half left in the half. Excuse me, 1:30 left in the half.
Yeah, MP's line has done a great job tonight, opening up holes and letting these running backs run free and loose.
Yeah, and just great jukes with it too. I mean, when you have both, and speed from Gray is fast.
Yeah, he is.
You could just tell he's on a different level out there when he's running. Is he 5'5" or 5'6" we mentioned though? I mean, yeah, 5'5" listed, and sometimes they list you taller than what you really are. All right, it's going to skirt across the ground and go out of bounds, so it looks like they'll get the ball. Good field position. Great way to start with 1:35 left in the half. The last thing you want when you're kicking the ball is to kick it out of bounds in this situation. Really puts Arlington at an advantage here, and good job by the Arlington player to let it go. You know, don't get on that thing. Let it go out of bounds.
I'm real curious to see if they run a lot of outbreaking routes here to maybe stop the clock and whatnot, buy them some time, or if they're just going to start chucking it. 'Cause
I'm totally curious too. I'm really interested to see how they're going to play this. You also don't want 3 straight incompletions with the clock stopped.
oh, wow.
And
Incomplete.
with the clock stopped and punting the ball to MP again with possibly a minute left on the clock then if there's no completion. So it's kind of pick your poison on, how confident you are in the completions. Yeah, it was just a little low.
I'm surprised to see that. Had he caught the ball, the clock would be rolling, and
Very true.
you'd have to get back on the ball real quick.
That would have taken a good 25 seconds off to even get back there. And
They go right back
same
to
thing.
it. He caught
They
it
better
this
get on that
time.
line, get moving. Should be 3rd and 1 here. Clock's running.
And that's one thing that'll come with experience for such a young quarterback, game management and whatnot.
True. Looking, nobody there. Oh,
fumble.
Thank goodness at number 30, is that 32? Jaden Roskelley goes and jumps over it. Looks like he might be injured. I think he was kind of, he's going to be okay. But boy, that was dangerous. Let's take another look at this.
Oh,
Michael
looked
McPherson.
like he did a little shuffle pass to try and get rid of the ball, but I don't think he was outside of the box.
The pocket?
Yeah, the pocket. There you go.
Michael McPherson just back there and ragdolls him, and we got. Oh, 36 seconds left, too.
I'm actually surprised to see that be a fumble, the way his arm was moving. He intentionally threw it.
Yeah, we're going back to the tuck rule here.
Yeah.
Here's a little replay of the of him covering up on that ball. And then big number 45, Lincoln Davis, 215-pound, comes in on your knees. So now what's Arlington going to do? It's 4th and 15, 46 seconds. Looks like punting unit is coming out. I would recommend aiming to kick it out of bounds and not even allowing a run back, but that can get dangerous too. Last time it went off the back of dude's helmet and it was -1. I forgot about that. Oh yeah, he kicks it nice and low, but that's where he gets that nice roll too. So I'm sure that was maybe intentional last time. It just didn't work out, you know, a little too low. Big moves being put on before big Quentin Wagner takes him, or Quentin Jan Wagner gets him down to the ground. I believe that was Dylan Cook on the return, number 6. All right, 30 seconds left in the half.
Crowd.
It's 28-7. MP has a chance to get more points on the board again. Looks like they calling a timeout. Dylan Carson up the middle. This game has really gotten away from the Eagles. It seemed like it was going to be a pretty even matchup, but outside of that long pass, there hasn't been a lot for them to celebrate about.
Curious to see how MP goes about this, if they're going to try and get one good play to set their field goal kicker up, or if they're going to try and just run the clock out, or try and score big here.
They called a timeout, so maybe that says a lot in itself. Jake Elwood takes a snap.
Looks like they're going for it.
Little out pattern to stop the clock, and they're able to. Dylan Cook brings it in.
I was reading 3 verticals, so maybe they were just setting that one that one out route up. I seen 3 guys going vertical, so that's where I thought they were going.
Maybe it was just to clear out, just to give him a one-on-one out there.
And that's exactly what it was. I seen that outer guy look like he was running free, so I'm thinking they're going to score.
And maybe a little double move, a little fake out, turn your head, and then make your way upfield. And clock is still running. Looks like they're going to let the half go out, or clock run out here.
Lining up, trying to spike the ball real quick.
Looks like they didn't do it in time. Yep, and that is the half, 28-7. Jake Elwood, touchdown. Dylan Carson, touchdown.
Couple of them.
So join us in the second half. Exciting first half here. Things just really got away from the Eagles here in the last few minutes, and it's a 28-7 game. Thanks for joining us on Tulalip TV. See you shortly. Welcome back. It's 28-7 ball game. MP winning over Arlington. Early on, Cole Kramer, quarterback for Arlington, got hurt, and ever since then, Trent Novak comes into the game. Has been throwing great passes, but you know what? MP defenders are all over it.
Yeah, and he's just a sophomore. He's got some things to work on, but he's been doing good, making good plays for the Arlington Eagles tonight.
Absolutely. Talk about some of those MP players, man.
Oh, they got their rushing attack going tonight. They got 4 touchdowns, all 4 of them rushing. They got 2 by their fullback there, Dylan Carson, and they got 1 from their quarterback. And then they also got 1 from Jordan Justice, too, who's been making plays for them all night. Arlington looking to get their defense rolling, maybe slow down this MP offense.
Yeah, I mean, Arlington had some sparks out there, but they'd have 2 step forward and 1 back. You know, the 2 fumbles on the kickoff return didn't help matters at all.
Oh, and it gave MP great field positioning.
And the one spark of light that Arlington did have, which I really enjoyed seeing, was they just stayed after that pass and went deep over the top. You see number 28 there. Excuse me. He went deep. It was about a 70-yard touchdown from Trent Novak to Chase Peterson. As we mentioned earlier, Trent Novak, he's been putting the passes on point, but this MP defenders are just all over it. It's as if they, sometimes know the play with the out pattern, or whether it's a slant.
Yeah, they've been in good phase all night, looking to keep it up for the second half.
I mean, you always have the what if Cole Kramer didn't go down, but really, I can't really knock Novak very much. He's played quality ball. It just ran into a tough team tonight. At different times also, Arlington Eagles have done a good job of just bottling them up inside, but it only lasts for a couple plays. Let's say it's even third and mid-range, and next thing you know, MP busts off like a 20-yard run.
Yeah, they've stopped those inside runs real well tonight, actually. Arlington has. There's been a couple, there's a couple outliers, but for the most part.
See Quentin Wagner there showing there a second. He's probably doing his best to get his team pumped up over there. He's middle linebacker, doing a little gang tackling in the middle tonight. Look at the crowd. They've been having a good time up in here, regardless of score. It's just all about having fun and supporting your team and stuff. They've done a good job of that. These stands have been rocking at one point earlier. So was the ceiling from the rain and hail that was coming down, too.
Yeah, I'm glad that cleared up.
So as we mentioned earlier, MP took out Ferndale 42-14, and Arlington, that was their lone loss to them, 28-48 this year. It's the one thing they have in common regarding these people they're facing. And Arlington Eagles actually a really good running team. It's just they haven't been able to put it together against MP tonight. They actually steered clear of it after first quarter. They got stuffed multiple times up the middle and ended up, hey, we're going to put it in the air. Even though they have Jaden Ruskelly back there, they ended up started putting it in the air and hit and miss. They get some yardage going, get moving downfield, and then fourth down would happen. They can't make it happen, or MP just puts them too far back with some sacks.
Yeah, just start getting a groove and putting together plays that are going to work off each other and just get first downs is what they need to do. You can't go for the touchdown every time unless you can, I guess.
Right. So in about 30 seconds, the game will be underway here. They had a big fireworks display at halftime. Looked bigger than an NFL game for the fireworks.
Like you stated earlier, MP gets the ball, so I'm sure they're going to want to score here early and add to the difference in score.
Yeah, and they've done a good job on these kick returns. They just move that thing upfield quick, where a lot of the starts have been around midfield. And the kickoff is not from the middle of the field, it's from the left hash mark. Maybe it just works for him with the style of kick that he puts up. Especially if it drifts right to where you don't want it to go out of bounds or anything.
I would assume he's trying to condense that field to the left side, but it looks like he did kick it to the right, so I don't think it worked. Looks like he got a lane here.
Big run back, ends up getting tripped up.
Down at the 45, like you said, right at midfield.
Yeah, got tripped off by Levi Younger, but at that point, it already ran it back pretty far. And that's Dylan Cook again. We've said his name multiple times tonight. So many weapons on the MP team. You know, we keep having to search around. There's like 4 or 5 different guys tearing it up. Between Gray, Carson, Cook, Jordan Justice, Elwood getting some running in. I mean, that's 5 right there.
And that's just on the offense, too.
So let's see what Arlington has up their sleeve to stop this MP attack. Once again, in motion. That's number 6, Dylan Cook. Gets about 3 yards on the play.
Carry, Sacala slows him down. And Addison Edwards finishes him off there. Saying about 3.
Good job of tripping him up is Michael Sukalis. Hope I pronounced that right. 6'3", 205-pound junior. 2nd and 7. Man in motion, that's Gray again. With a blocker all the way upfield. Number 74, Wyatt Tilton leading the way. Wyatt was 15 yards downfield with his running back. Watch this. Great job just looking around for a body.
Great blocking across the board. They ran that play to Jay Gray alone a handful of times tonight, and he seems to be getting, at least 10 yards on all of them. That one going for a little bit more.
Well, it looks like we have an Arlington player down. Hope he's okay. They're checking on him right now. It's a little pause in game action here at 11:08. I think that might be number 50, Addison Edwards. Looks like maybe his left knee. Looks like they're going to help him off the field here. Well, he's getting off under his own power, so that's good. Good news. Good to see there. Crowd gives him a little encouragement. So we're going to have 1st down and 10. Eagles territory on the 37-yard line. Jordan Justice in the backfield here. Gray in motion, gives it up the middle to Carson though. He picks up about 3 or 4 yards.
Carson on the carry. Young Wagner on the tackle.
Here's the thing with so many weapons, you don't know who to tackle, and they're constantly putting someone in motion, so it keeps you on your heels. You can't just overcommit to one, and the next guy is flying by you for a 30-yard gain. So you have to sit back and be patient. By the time you know he's got the ball, he's 5 yards in your face already. Great tackle there. Number 47, Luke Green. Right in the backfield there. Great job. Brings up a 3rd down.
He pursued that perfectly from the backside. You got to scrape right down the line if you're running from behind.
And they need a few yards here, but when was the last time we've seen an MP 4th down, though?
Yeah, that's true, actually. Didn't think about that.
Yeah, they've been moving the ball downfield the last few possessions. So let's see if Arlington could bite down on the mouthpiece there and do what they can. We've been seeing players in motion nonstop for MP so far. And it's to Jordan Justice. And there's probably flags coming. Yep. dirty laundry all over the field here. Looks like he was slammed on the ground after definitely being out of bounds. Coach is very upset. As he mentioned, it's a heated out here, and looks like that may be Quentin, maybe things getting to him a little out there, wanting success for the team, and it's just stressful and frustrating when you're not getting those stops. So 1st and 10. Looks like they're still settling things over here. I'm not sure what the referees are waiting on. I still see a flag on the ground over there.
And that's what you don't want to do in the red zone too. Give guys free yards like that.
Yeah. So it looks like it's going to be 1st and goal. Or excuse me, 1st and 10 on about the 11 or 12 yard line. Okay, they got it squared away now. 9:26 here left in the 3rd quarter. Right up the gut. Beautiful move too, just too much speed to the outside.
Untouched. That's his 3rd on the night, isn't it?
Yeah. Dylan Carson with another touchdown. Just sweet moves. Thank you for the replay. Just big move, a lot of speed. Only so much you can do with that. MP sideline feeling really hyped up now that their team is up 34-7, trying to make it 35 here. Another high snap, but he's able to get it down. Just a good job by this team with the extra points. Even when the snap isn't perfect, they do a good job of still making it look easy. All right, we'll see if the Eagles can get downfield and make something happen here. I keep having faith that it's going to happen because they've showed sparks that they have good gameplay. It's just nothing's gone their right. The ball hasn't bounced their way one bit.
And that's hard to do with this MP team. They were all over the place. They're wanting to make plays, but like you said, Arlington, they've been showing sparks of good stuff.
But then you see, without being able to stop their offense, you see the frustration kicking in. Quinton Wagner taking it out on an MP player with the WWE suplex. But we'll see if they get their heads together, get a few points on this board here, and there's enough time to get back in the game. But boy, you got to do it right now.
Yeah. And Arlington is good at that. When we played them, they scored, I think, 3 touchdowns in like 47 seconds or something. They just
wow.
Sparked off, and somehow, I don't even know how it happened, but.
I don't want to see a fake reverse here. North and south, there we go. Yep, up to the 35-yard line. They have a decent little start here.
Chase Peterson takes the kickoff back to the 30-yard line, 1st and 10 Eagles.
Straightforward, waiting for some blocks up there to happen. Looks like it would have been beneficial to really get those blockers moving ahead a little quicker, a little excuse me, a little late on that.
Yeah, catch those blocks maybe towards the midfield rather than back in your guy's face where he's all condensed down.
He was shuffling, waiting for blocks that didn't happen for him, unfortunately. All right, we got split backfield here. Novak takes the snap, puts it deep. Nobody there, though. Maybe a miscommunication between him and Cade Younger. Cade is looking for a flag. Coach is coming over. He's looking for a flag, too.
Nearly picked off.
Coach Greg Daylor, he's losing his mind with the ref over there. I should say losing his mind. He's passionate about the call.
Yeah. There's a flag.
Oh, this might be a flag on, is it on the coach? That's an assumption by me because I didn't see.
Looks like he's walking out in the field. He doesn't look happy. Must be on the coach.
Crowd is getting into it over here too. It's
Backing up their coach.
They are. I like it. You know, it's a good part of the game. But hey, when you're struggling and you just aren't catching any breaks, you really feel like every single slight, or what you feel is a slight, is blown up because you really need to get back in the game right now. And when you don't feel a flag was thrown when you needed it. Take a look at the replay here, lower right. We'll see if there was a contact. Looked like there may be. Yeah. You can see right there on the lower right-hand corner. Good job by our production team seeing that in the replay. Thank you. And that's a 15-yard penalty. I do not know who it was on, though. Tough to say.
It's hard for these refs to catch everything, too.
Yeah.
You know, nobody's perfect.
Absolutely.
Stuff happens.
Yeah, the minus 15, that's pretty much the opposite of a pass interference call. It's not only no PI, and then some. So
yeah, and that doesn't make it easier for the Arlington to get the ball rolling here.
Yeah.
They're going to want to start early now. Take at least half of these yards off on this play.
Yeah, 2nd and 25. "10 seconds to hike the ball." Play clock's been running. Novak takes the snap. Little fake handoff. Gives it off to, looks like maybe number 32, Jaden Roskeli. And there's more extracurricular activity going on the field. No flag, though, which is nice. Third and 21. I don't know. I do like that they actually tried to run the ball, because at some point maybe mix it up a little bit, because they've just been trying to pass. But I understand when you're down by this much, it makes sense to put it in the air. He's moving around good in the pocket, trying to direct traffic. Gets a man. Great job by the quarterback. Oh, ball was popped up in the air and picked up by an Arlington Eagles player. Looks like a first down to me.
Well, sometimes the ball just does go your way.
The ball does, yeah. Amazing play. Great job by the quarterback. He directed him out, and while the MP player went in to go address the quarterback, that was off the hands of number 33, Gavin Skiles, and ultimately snagged by Arlington Eagles player. We have a first down.
See if that sparks some energy here. Get the ball rolling.
The clock has stopped for some reason. I'm not sure if there was a timeout that I had missed. There should be. There's coaches on the field, so I imagine so. Okay, clock has started back up. 35-7 ball game. 7:50 left here in the third. Nice slant pattern. Good job by number 1, Cade Younger, to go down and get that ball. And you know what? As I mentioned earlier, great pass by Trent Novak. He just got the separation that time he needed. The slant patterns haven't been so bad for them. It's where they've had a little bit of luck, you know. But they all keep low. But it's the only way to keep the defenders from being able to have a shot at it when they're hawking the ball.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him go inside more. Seems like their quarterback has more confidence in his throws within breaking routes.
Nice run about 4 4 yards there, 4.5.
Takes it through the middle for a gain of about 5. Behar on the tackle for Tomahawks.
Jaden Roskelly again. And who's that with the tackle?
Behar.
Behar.
The wrestler with the double leg.
Might want to work some play action here. Nope, they hand it off. He's going wide. He's got some running room. First down.
Arlington's got a game plan, and they're running with it right now.
Up to the 30-yard line. That carry by
Would like to see this earlier because early on they're trying to run it up the middle just a couple plays. Once they got stuffed, and even with the loss a few times, that's Roskelly again. Yeah. Once they got stuffed a couple times, they just kind of got away from it almost right away.
Yeah, it seems like they didn't really give him too many opportunities in that second quarter, and even the later first quarter.
They put it right into their fresh quarterback's hands. Just said, we're still passing this. He's looking deep. Looks for the man under. I think that might have been Joseph Schmidt.
Yep, just off the fingertips.
Here's a replay of that.
It was a good pass. Like
it was, yeah. It wasn't as low as I thought it was. He just dropped down to grab it and couldn't. Joseph Schmidt's listed as 6'3".
There's Roskelly. Seems like they're trying to get him flowing. Man, he's a beast.
There was MP players right in the backfield, right in his face too. That was all him there.
Keeping his feet moving and just chugging.
There was a lot of people back there after him too. Third down and 5. Big play here. Puts it to number 25. It looks like a catch. It is. Gain of about 8 yards. 1st and 10. Arlington Eagles.
Nice driver they got going here.
Jordan Vasquez on coverage for Marysille-Pilchuck, but not before Hunter Eastman gets
Hunter Eastman with the catch there. 6-foot sophomore. Good job because he got hit immediately too.
Seems like his quarterback trying to get in a good rhythm here. Getting good. Looks like they are working those in-breaking routes. Some last 3 have been all in-breaking.
Now you need to be careful of them jumping that route.
Yep. Does a good job at keeping his eyes downfield the whole time.
Yeah. Smart play there of just throwing it away. There was nothing there.
in the area of Young falls incomplete.
With plenty of MP players in pursuit too. That was Dylan Cook on, excuse me, defending Cade Younger there in the end zone. Handoff underneath. Couple juke moves. Great juke moves. He's off to the races, but he's down about the 2-yard line.
And he was noted as one of our star players. And I was surprised we didn't see him, a lot of him in the first half, but he's popping up. Here
I've
he
been
goes.
wondering the same thing myself. Excuse me. We have a MP player down. Hopefully he's okay. Gonna probably have some coaches come in and check on him. Not sure who's down. Roskelly's got some great moves there. That's number 80, Arel Mufa. Excuse me, probably Mifua. 6'3", 230-pound junior tight end. And defensive end on defense. He's up and moving here. Oh, here's a little roughness in the backfield going on. And he's able to get off under his own power, which is nice. So hopefully he's going to be okay. And we have 1st and goal on the 2-yard line with 5:29 left here in the third quarter.
Wow.
But there's that MP front again, though. So what's worked for you the whole way down the field may not work. Things are different in the red zone. When you're in the red zone, they can stack the box. You don't have to worry about 20 yards downfield.
Yeah, it condenses down. Might got to run a little trickery or something.
Oh, I think they do too, because going straight downhill on them hasn't worked so far. "19 seconds on the play clock." I formation. Roskelly, the tailback.
We got short time. They're going to have to get going.
Drops back, going to the corner to number 4. He has it. There's also pass interference. Not sure if it's offensive or defensive. It appeared to be defensive, though. Great job of just isolation.
That was a great throw, too, by a young quarterback.
Young quarterback.
They're keeping his confidence up. They just say keep chucking it.
Joseph Schmidt in the corner guarded well, and you still throw it up to him. Great job.
It was a good one-on-one matchup by that wide receiver, Joseph.
Yeah, good execution. And that is a touchdown. 13-35 is the score. See if Eagles can get the extra point here, bring it within 3 scores. But boy, they'd have to stop this MP team, and hasn't happened a whole lot. So, but maybe now's the time.
But that's a good spark for Arlington, you know.
Yeah.
They can get a good stop here on defense and then get the ball back and maybe take it down and score again.
Ooh, almost blocked there. Goes through the uprights, though. I was so surprised to see Arlington run the ball successfully as much as they did just that drive. I was like, where did this come from, and why has it been utilized more? You got scared of it and have been having a quarterback throw left and right. At the times you've had the ball, MP has controlled the game clock so much throughout this game. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I expected them to rely on the running game a little bit, you know, with your starting quarterback going down and not relying, but putting a game into a sophomore quarterback. I would have figured that they would have ran the ball, but they're just letting them play the normal offense.
And I think that drive, I believe it started at around the 9-minute mark, so it might have been like a 4.5-minute drive. When you're really behind by a few touchdowns, probably like to see it a little quicker here. But hey, I mean, they were just trying to concentrate on getting the ball downfield methodically, and they did. So I like it.
Yeah, they got a groove. Starting to figure out a couple plays that are working. Maybe next time.
We'll see how it works on defense, though.
Yep.
Yeah, that's where it's going to come down. That's where the struggle's been.
Yeah, MP's, they're playing stellar tonight, that's for sure.
And this Eagles team has really done great against a bunch of people. I mean, they did barely beat Marysville Getchell by 1 point, but everybody else, 35-7, 33-7, 44-10. They've done really great against a lot of teams. They just run into sometimes a juggernaut, and you're going to have to deal with it. But they've got a couple scores on the board. A little confidence going on here.
Well, in high school, it's hard for kids to just show up every week and play consistent. You know, sometimes they have off weeks, and so maybe some of those scores are a little different than the games really seem to be, but
true. What has transpired here? I see them kicking from the 45. Was that from?
there was a penalty on that touchdown, correct?
Well, the only way they would credit it here is if it was
on the kick.
A post. True. If it was after the play, like maybe unsportsmanlike conduct would be used here.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like when they threw that flag, that was for a pass interference. So,
So that was kind of surprising. Either way, kicked off from MP's 40, which I haven't never seen before. So they start them on their own 20 instead of the 40 to 50 yard line, which is what it has been on these kickoffs. So that was a blessing, whatever had transpired. And they might really keep running this ball down to eat up this clock now. And because it's been working for them anyway. So that's a gain of 15 yards there.
Jay Gray on the carry.
So why put it through the air at that point when
Yeah.
you could run it, run the clock down, and be picking up big yardage? Single back here, Jordan Justice in motion. He gets the ball, gets on the outside of number 32, puts a juke on,
Good block on the edge by big number 71 there.
and that's 25 Hunter
Oh, we
Eastman
got a
who finally puts
Flag on the play.
Oh, is this another post-play flag going on over here? Things have been a little testy tonight, a little testy. Passionate, I like to call it.
Yeah.
Looks like Michael Chikalis having a little words with the sideline over there, or likewise, not sure which one. So he's forced out of bounds. Oh, they had
A little
issue.
late hit there again. And
Yeah, they had issue with Andrew Brotherton putting a little more on it than they felt was necessary. And looks like the referees felt the same way.
they've had some big penalties. Seem to be throwing them off a little bit. Like you said, 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
I think this is their 4th 15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. That's 60 yards.
Yeah. In a game where you're struggling to get something going, them are big penalties.
Yeah. Another man in motion. Almost gets tackled in the backfield because they seen it coming and still.
They ran back to that same play right there with Jay Gray again. It's working. Why not?
Yeah. And it was even read well by Arlington players. Just look at this, right in the backfield too. You know it's coming, but the speed, just the sheer speed of Jay Gray.
And he keeps his feet moving. He just runs until you force him to stop.
Yeah, he's a solid runner. With his speed too, it makes you wonder how if he just stays on the outside and catch some passes without having to go through a line first, like you could be off to the races like Tyreek Hill, you know? Right up the gut to Carson. He picks up a few. Just a little over 3 minutes left here in the third quarter. Arlington Eagles down by 3 scores here. A couple costly penalties, but outside of the penalties, it's just tough dealing with this running. It's number 71, Corbin Leifer there.
Yeah.
Leifer, excuse me, 6'4", 320 pounds.
This MP line, they're dealing with some young guys. They've had to kind of fill in a couple sophomores, and they've been doing good. Number 52, Nate Elwood, he's been looking good all night.
Hand off to Jordan Justice. Gets a couple blocks and a couple yards. It's going to be third down and about 3.
Justice with the carry.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they're chipping away at yards and getting first downs. They're going to run this game down as far as they can. Maybe score again and call it a night.
They have 2.5 minutes off the clock so far, and there's a little over 2 minutes left in the quarter. Might be fourth quarter before Arlington even gets this ball back, and it'll really depend what they're going to do right here. They could use a stop and a missed field goal, and then they're saying there's a chance. But it starts with this stop right here. I would load this box up. There's no reason not to.
Quentin get in here and make a play in the backfield.
I'd like to see those safeties move up too. By the time they touch him, he was 7 yards, 8 yards into their territory. And first down.
Dylan Carson up the middle for the Tomahawks. Andrew Brotherton in the tackle.
Clock has stopped. Oh, it started again. Must have been a referee timeout for some reason. Oh, for the tying of the shoe. Sounds like they stopped the clock to move the chains, huh, Drew?
Yeah, I think so.
Rumor has it. Well, didn't get much on that one, maybe a yard. Probably get one more playoff before we go to fourth quarter here. And it's 2nd and 7. That's what's on the board, but it looks a little longer than that. That's to Cook. He cuts it back inside, but he's swarmed. Looks like Quentin Wagner on the tackle, along with Andrew Brotherton. And that is the end of the third quarter. We have the fourth quarter coming up. 35-14 ball game. The students here are still having a great time. They're partying down there, getting the stadium rocking a little. Here's a replay of some of the action so far, and we'll come join us in a few more minutes. All right, you've just seen some highlights there of some of the action so far. 35-14 ball game. It is 3rd down and 8. Single back, hands it off. That's Carson. He's not going to get anything, and it's going to be 4th down. At this point, Eagles can just hope for a missed field goal. It looked like there was a little more arguing down below. Thank goodness no flags this time.
It's like MP is unsure on what they want to do. They might run a play here. It's kind of surprising. Their kicker's been money all night.
Yeah. Well, they may figure, you know, if we don't get this, at least we're down in their territory and they have a long ways to go. Dropping back for a pass. Got a man deep on the outside and touchdown.
Jordan Justice.
Yep, MP showing their passing game finally. They haven't even, I don't recall the last time they threw a pass.
Yeah.
In all honesty.
This whole drive consisted of run. I mean, it's chipping. That's what they're known for. So
yeah,
until you can stop it, why switch it up when you got a lead like you do?
Put it in the air on the outside. Joseph Schmidt.
I was watching that early. I was wondering if he was going to throw that.
Under pressure, too. He got a big hit put on him, too. Quarterback did there. Jake Elwood, great job. Nice pass.
They made the right decision there on going for it.
And it's 14-41. Or excuse me, 42. 14-42 ball game here in the fourth quarter. Eagles looking for, dare I say, a miracle. There's a few touchdowns, so we'll see how this goes. 4 touchdowns, that's a big undertaking, especially, here's the thing though, they've been putting it in the air, and I mean, the clock stops on incompletions, but you don't have time to deal with incompletions right now anyway.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to get some out patterns or have the guy, even if it's just those slants, run for that out of bounds as quick as you can to get that clock stop.
You never know until you know, but it looks like they might just be trying to put some points on the board to make it look closer, you know.
Yep. Can't blame them. Looking at the MP fans over there, come to support their team over here in Arlington.
Student section's wearing all high vis tonight.
Yes. Or all of them just came from work.
Yeah.
One or the other. They're all doing the construction out on the ranch. And kickoff's about underway. And a little stutter step, waiting for some blocks that do take place. There's a lane, he's cutting it back in. He's over the 50, down to the 46 of the MP side. At first, I was a little concerned with how long he was waiting for those blocks to take place, but boy, they did, and they paid off.
Yeah, sometimes being patient pays off. Like you said, he's not really sprinting there, but
he's just strolling through.
Develop, made a couple cuts, and turned out to be a good return.
Tribal member Isaiah Woods comes in there for the save. Isaiah's 5'10", senior. Handoff and nothing to work with, but he's putting on some moves. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Jaden Roskley really had to put in a lot of moves just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Like 1, 2, 3. There's the 4th man he's dealt with. Here's the 5th, and the 6th comes in for the tackle. That's over half the team for a sweep.
Yeah. Good pursuit. Way to keep at it, though. Make them work for all that.
Oh, great job, but
just read perfectly.
Yep, there wasn't really even, they had blockers over there. It just took 2 men over there to blow that up. Kyle Nyblood, and we've called his name earlier, same thing on the screenplay. He was the one who stayed at home, was able to blast through there and get the tackle.
And the one before that was Mauro Behar too, and they've been on it all night.
Just great football IQ when it comes to defense for these guys.
Must have had keys on that or something. Coach said stay home on these ones.
Right. Well, it looks like they had a blitz up the middle, too. You've seen, man, blasting through the middle. It was a little late on it, but still, it was probably enough to get the quarterback thinking to get out of his hands fast. Great pass. Once again, right to where Joseph Schmidt can catch it, you know, to where no other defender can. Just, yeah, great pass like that tonight. And the one that was incomplete, the receiver should have had and actually wasn't able to keep a hold of it. But Joseph Schmidt's been doing a good job of getting a hold of those and keeping his hands on it, too. Great receiver.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them going back to him.
Yeah, he's getting good separation. which has been hard to do with this MP team all night. I would just keep trying to feed him maybe on a double move. Get a little turnaround as if you're doing a little hitch route and then take off and beat him over the top. If you have time to throw it by then. Roskely,
He's a great
couple
running
moves.
back. Good
He's
move.
running hard.
Yeah.
Oh,
fumble
ball's on the
play.
ground.
Oh, and he got it back on the out of bounds. He's a tough runner. He
Yeah,
keeps
he
his
is.
feet moving. You got to bring him down.
Yeah, thank you for the replay. Look at this.
3 guys right there.
He's not having it. And these are good tacklers that got a hold of him too. You know, they've been doing their thing. Good
Ooh.
job at knocking it out there.
Dylan Cook.
Yep.
Wow, that was a good heads-up play too. It didn't land their way, but still.
Which is surprising the way things have gone tonight. Outside of that pass that bobbled in the air, and Eagles took off for the first down. It was like 2nd and
22.
yeah, at least. Right up the middle, hard running. We're going to have about 2nd and 5.
Like Arlington's found their 2 players there. Joseph Schmidt and Jaden Ross Kelly. They've been the second half stars there.
He was hoping to direct his man to the left, but either way, it looks like he might have just threw it out of bounds. If he didn't, he'll tell you he did, though. But yeah, he was trying to direct traffic, have his man go left, but MP players seen it too, and he just put it out there, and yeah, lived to play
He's
another
a smart
play.
quarterback, though.
Yeah.
He's out there. He's leading them well. He's doing a good job.
And he's only a sophomore, so even if Cole Kramer remains a starter, Trent's got a future ahead of him. Look at that, holding on and not letting go.
Terrence Pablo in the backfield.
Yep.
We were told to watch out for him, and he's been having a good game, keeping that run game under control for the most part.
Look at that. He just says, you're going to have to drag me to that end zone.
I'm sure Arlington would have liked to find this rhythm in the first half, but it's kind of hard when your starting quarterback goes down.
Yeah, very true. 4th and 3. Let's see if they can capitalize here. I think a timeout by coach. He wants to talk to his team here, make sure everybody's on the same page prior to running this play. Here's a look at the Wesco 3A standings. Arlington, as we mentioned, 6-1. Marysille-Pilchuck 7-0. Both of them squared off against Ferndale recently, as we'd mentioned. So here we go, 4th and 3. We got a little information to share you about another team here shortly after this play. 7:22 left here in the 4th. But there's another game going on right now, have playoff implications that will affect this MP team. And Novak getting set to take the snap. He does, rolls out. And it was a wide receiver screen to Cade Younger, but it did not work out. Blockers were not able to get up there in time to help him, and it's a turnover and MP ball. Drew, share us a little of the other game going on.
This is the Wesco North League title here, and whoever wins this game will be playing the Wesco South title, which is between Snohomish and Meadowdale. Meadowdale is down right now at the end of the 3rd, 58-14 to Snohomish, so it looks like we might have a Tomahawks Snohomish game next week.
Okay, good to know. Thank you. Yeah, it definitely does sound like that, the way that these two games are going. Actually, it's in cement. It just depends on how close these two other teams will get here. Big run down the sideline.
Carson's solid. He's only a sophomore, and he's running hard. He's not afraid of contact, and he's pretty shifty. He likes to bounce it out, too.
Great vantage point, too. Replay team has been doing a great job tonight, getting us good looks. So just a little over 7 minutes left here in this game. And as much as you say MP's trying to run the clock down, the way that they run the ball, they're just run down there for another score is what the attempt always is. And look at these moves by Jordan Justice inside. How do you stop that, though? I mean, the speed between him, Gray, Carson, and the moves, it's just tough to deal with.
Oh, and you know MP wants to score again right here. The players do anyway with all the chirping and extracurricular activity going on. They want to put it on them.
True. And they're taking a step backwards. There's flag on the play. Not sure if it's holding. Are they back 10 or 15 yards from where they were? Might be 10. Maybe a holding call there.
Holding.
Yep. I was saying, please, I don't want to see another, speaking of the chirping, another unsportsmanlike conduct. See if we can find the hold here. Yeah, he had a little bit of the arm, if that's who they're talking about. .637 and counting down here. It's like right up the middle and nowhere to go.
Carson tries the middle of the Eagle defense.
Carson again.
Jan Wagner in on that tackle, along with Caleb Barnett, Luke Green.
Quentin Jan Wagner in on the tackle, along with others.
He's been in a handful of tackles tonight. Probably more. Probably
Yeah.
double digits by now.
Yeah, it's been tough to see because half the time it's just a big crowd in there and I'm trying to figure it out. But whenever I am able to see, he is in on a lot of the tackles. So I may have even missed his name multiple times tonight on more tackles.
Oh, I know I did. He's been playing well. Looks like they got him in a new position. He's playing down on the D line.
Defensive tackle. And they run the ball the other way. For big yardage, it's going to be third and about 2 or 3 yards. Yeah, they put him on the line to see if maybe they could help alleviate some of the stuff at the line. But as you can see there, they took a hard L left. Third and 2, a little over 5 minutes left in the game. 5 seconds on the play clock. Man in motion, hand it off. And Jordan Justice is so good at acting as if he's running to the outside and cutting it back in like multiple times.
Yeah, good elusive awareness. He sets up his defenders where he wants, has them going right where he wants, and then he cuts the other way.
Good job by Jay Gray to set that for him so that he could cut inside. And Jay's a small dude, but it's just all about that leverage. You just kind of post your feet up and get up under the person. It only takes a split second and the guy's off to the races.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to do a whole lot. Just put a body on someone half the time.
And as a defensive player, you want to do the exact opposite. You want to push that blocker into where the running back can't go and then make the running back come right at you. But MP's been
or at
doing
least
well
seal the
tonight.
edge. But when you seal the edge, you've seen what, like, that doesn't matter with some of these MP runners. They'll cut it back inside happily. More hard running and another first down, it looks like.
Dylan Carson on the carry. He's been having, we got a flag again. Looks like we might have unsportsmanlike conduct.
Oh, that'd be unfortunate.
On MP this time.
Take it back 15 yards.
I'm not sure where I seen that happen.
Just off camera, it looks like.
So 4:20 left in the game. Here's a look at the flag flying. After I seen the flag go flying in the air, looked like one of the MP players might have been John with Quentin. Man, after these flags, it takes these refs a while to really get things started again, but I think maybe he might be talking to these players, like having a little word with them.
Yeah, he is right there. He's talking to both sides.
Oh, he's not holding back either. He's done with it. Hand off Jordan Justice. Looking to the edge, and sits down. Definitely didn't want to run out of bounds. He wanted to keep that clock going regardless.
Man, you would think that the coach had to tell him to do that. You know, he wants to score every time he touches the ball.
Yeah. Yep. So 2nd and 11. It would have been longer, but there was that big run from Jordan Justice prior to the 15-yard penalty. Gray with a big
break
move.
Free. He's got good vision.
Hunter Eastman on the tackle. And if I was right when he got to the outside, I was like, he's gone. I didn't think Hunter was going to be able to get him. He got his paws on him somehow. I thought he was going to cut outside and not be able to be caught. But nope, Hunter got a hold of him. 3:12 left in the game, counting. 14-42 game. It's been all about this MP rushing attack today.
Yeah, we kind of thought that from the start. They've been tearing it up this year.
Yeah, and then the one time they go to the air is for a touchdown pass on 4th down. Jordan Justice trying to reverse field, but there's a lot of dudes there.
Yeah, swarm. Whole swarm worth.
47, Luke Green was there. Luke Green and Quentin back there. I think they're just letting this clock tick away some, taking some time off the clock prior to snapping the ball. No rush for him here on 2nd and 12 with 2 minutes left.
Wow.
Blown up in
the
backfield by Luke Green.
2 plays in a row, he's got tackles for loss there.
I think he's a little hyped up. He was one of the ones the ref was having a word with. So I think these guys have just been having at each other, and he's feeling it. Be a couple plays left here. 3rd and 14. I think MP is going to do everything they can to not turn this ball over. Just do what they got to do to escape not only with the win, but preferably a 1st down here at some point, I'm sure. 4th down and It'll be 11 with 1:10 left. Not sure if they're actually going to punt this time or still go for it.
Yeah, I don't know. The clock stops on turnovers, so even if you run the ball, you knock
Yeah.
a couple seconds off at most, and then it stops. But
True. Yeah, and I don't see a punting team out here.
yeah, they're probably going to just run it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's running clock right now.
So, as the time clicks down here, only be total probably 2 more plays in this game. MP definitely going to run the ball here. Right up the middle. Carson breaks it to the outside and gets about 7 of those yards before he's taken down. 15.7 seconds left. MP fans over there having a good old time. Good tackle on the outside there. I believe that was Holden Erkin. So the Eagles lining up for a final play. Shaking hands out there too before they do. So that's nice to see, because even though there's rivalry and they get heated out there, when it comes down to it, they know how it is.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody wants to win, and sometimes emotions get up, but good to see some class there at the end.
So it comes down to big plays today by Dylan Carson, Dylan Cook, Jake Elwood did a good job at quarterback. He had the one touchdown, but they only threw the ball maybe once or 2 times, I think.
And he had a rushing as well.
Chase Peterson with a touchdown by the Eagles, their first one that they got, kind of deep pass. Cole Kramer went down early. Trent Novak came in, and he played exceptional, I feel. And this MP team, their coverage is just outlandish.
Yeah.
It's great. So what are you going to do?
Look for that quarterback to only get better, though. He's young, you know what I mean? And he looked like he had the knowledge to lead a team, It's his first start, probably,
Yeah. So it's sounding like MP will be facing Snohomish next.
Yes, yeah, for the title.
Yeah, so we'll keep an eye out for that.
This got him the Wesco North title tonight, MP, but now you got to cross over and get the big one.
So MP goes to 8-0, 6-2 is Arlington. You've seen a look at some of the hail and some of the rain here that they dealt with tonight. And there was the first kickoff that just it didn't go well from there. I think just everything was in his eyes, you know what I mean? So we'll leave you with some highlights here, everybody. Thanks for coming. I'm Robert Watson.
I'm Drew Hatch.
All right, well, thank you for coming to Tulalip TV, and join us next time.